The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I want to thank everybody, listeners that chimed in and hit me up yesterday with Harper's 1-year birthday party. She's one.
No.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. And some of the listeners thanked, me for doing those videos, picking the football games, sharing, her life with everybody. Gives you that little blessing of joy that I can share with other people that I get, when I go home and see her. It's wonderful. Kenzie,
Put her to work at a young age, but it's fine.
yeah, it's funny. She sits there and goes like, again, another video, Dad. Now, Kenzie also has a baby on the way and one already that's 9 years old.
Yes.
And so I can't wait to get to that age. I mean, I know people say it goes really fast and you should enjoy what you're in, which I am. But the thing that your son said the other day has me laughing so hard. And it also reminds me just of the mind of a child when there's no filter.
Yeah.
How things work,
It's also like they're really good at just vocalizing what they're thinking, even though they're trying to hide what they're thinking.
Yes, there's no stoppage of what's in their brain, just comes out.
It's that very, like, if they break something and they're like, hey, don't go upstairs because I didn't break anything age. It's like, okay, I'm going to go upstairs immediately. Not good.
See the $1,000 vase that was broken.
Yes. So I was cooking dinner and he wanted to help me. So we were like, putting asparagus in the oven. He was cracking eggs for me so I could dredge some pork chops. We're having a good old time. And he goes, hey, what would my punishment be if I stole your credit card? And I'm in the middle. I'm like, I had to set myself down. I go, what?
Yeah.
And he goes like, what would you do if I stole your credit card and bought something?
Jeez. So we'll find out if he did it or not, because that sounds like he already did it.
Oh. But I go, listen, hun bun, because I go, you're pretty used to, he's a very good child, so there hasn't been lots of punishment moments. He was never even a tantrumy kid. We didn't have that phase or anything.
Yeah.
So for the most part, there's been a few go to your rooms for 15 minutes because I just told you twice or 3 times you didn't listen. There's been that kind of almost timeout energy.
Yeah.
And so I was explaining to him how different his life will become because you've done timeout energy things. There will be ass whooping things that are totally different. I go, you would be grounded for months and not have any electronics and watch no TV, and you would come home and do just extra assignments that we would give you for your entertainment. Life would become very hard. I don't want it to become hard for you, but I go, there's smaller things that come with smaller punishments and bigger things that come with bigger punishments.
So that's the biggest stuff right there. No electronics.
Oh, it'd be so boring. I remember when I stole my 99-cent lip gloss, which we talked about in 8th grade or whatever, which we talked about earlier. Was it this week? I don't remember.
It was this week.
Was it? Okay. So everything just blends together. Yeah. But I was grounded for 3 months. I was grounded for the entire summer. And that's when there was landlines, so I wasn't allowed to answer the phone. And if I was sitting in a room and somebody turned a TV on, I had to leave. And I truly, that summer, I wasn't allowed to leave the property we owned.
What? Whoa.
I wasn't allowed to leave the property. So oh, Mom, let me go with you to run errands because I'm bored. No. It was more prison-y.
Is that always said to you? You can't leave the property?
Yeah, the physical property that's owned, you're on it.
That's amazing.
I'm like, ookie. Uh-huh. So I read 18 books that summer. I sat on the deck.
Jeez.
And I read books because there wasn't a lot to do in that scenario.
You didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah, well, I couldn't have used it even if I did. So
that's
it didn't matter.
True.
So I was letting him know, I explained that punishment to him, and I'm like, you would lose the fun stuff. So, I want to play soccer in the living room, and we have TV on. No, there's no TV, there's no soccer. It would be assignments. It would be you just read.
Yeah.
No play dates. Your fun would get taken away.
And how did he react to that? He said when you laid out all that stuff.
His eyes got really big, and he goes, what if I use it to buy a gift for somebody else? I go, what is going on?
Yeah, let me look at the receipts. Let me check the receipts.
No, you don't get to steal money and buy gifts for people. Because what is the gift for you?
Yeah, right. So, somebody texted in a video of a woman looking at a CVS receipt, a big-ass receipt, saying, Kenzie looking at her credit card statement for Roblox and Minecraft.
Oh, my God. Literally, though, I I did. So you know how you can go on your app and check your, like, I don't do it every day.
No, it'd be a
but
pain in the
I
ass.
immediately checked because, okay, obviously his dad, like my husband, can like put stuff up high. I don't put stuff up high. I'm 5'2". We're clocking it at almost the same height. Okay, so I'm like, oh my god, anywhere I hide something, it would be so reachable for him. I got so nervous.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I had to put it in perspective. And then he asked me out of nowhere. He goes, what would happen if I like punched my brother? I go, what? He's a baby? It's in my stomach. What is happening to you?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and brought back a lot of, I guess, triggering memories from our listeners when Kenzie talked about her son asking, if I stole your credit card and bought something, what would the punishment be? The mind of a 9-year-old, just fascinating. Just
Oh,
all.
boy.
Also,
A lot going on in there.
Also, a sign of a good kid, because if he was a bad kid, he just would have done it. He asked, and he's just trying to weigh, is the punishment worth the crime?
He's been so good in his life that he hasn't had any really long-term punishment. So he's probably thinking to himself, those 15 minutes I've gone to my room is probably worth it for a new video game.
That's not bad.
Just check it in.
Some very funny texts coming on this. Like I said,
Oh
you
my
guys have been triggered
God.
by your punishments.
Rob texted in and said, next time on Crime Tuesday, a 9-year-old gets sent up the river for credit card fraud.
Sent up the river.
Oh, my God.
I love Kelly checking in about a punishment. She goes, you talked about you couldn't leave the property, the grounds of your home. She said, I was grounded for a whole summer, Kelly said. I couldn't leave the yard. Everyone else's yard, though, was just connected, so it was like one big yard in the neighborhood. So she counted everybody's yard connected as one big yard.
She didn't stop at what her parents had purchased.
Didn't obey. And by the way, just to be clear, because I said at the end of that story, you're probably going to say what he bought. 630 asked, so what did he buy with the card? It turns out he bought nothing, right? He was just asking literally.
Yeah, he was literally, I think he had a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And then when he found out what was going to happen, it ruined those ideas. And then Angel texted in and said, honestly, he just sounds like a modern day Robin Hood.
He does. He's going to rob the credit cards
He's
from
going to
Kenzie.
steal from me and give to himself. I don't think that was Robin Hood's motto.
Or you just picture him going to some alley, all the kids meet, and he has all the stuff he bought with your credit card. He's a hero. He's a hero.
That's what he is.
Someone will write a song about him someday. It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 841. Coming up, a guy had the wrong organ removed by surgeons, and when you find out the reason why, you're going to go like, I'm going to check everything out more carefully before I go in the hospital. We'll have that story come up at 8:50 here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 as Kenzie told the story about her son asking, if I stole your credit card, what would the punishment be? Really unlocked a lot of punishments from our crew members out there. Christine checked in, 630 Christine. When I was 12, my brother burned down the little clubhouse behind our garage on Thanksgiving.
That's a lot.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving, too. And my parents were so upset that I was responsible for watching and that we both didn't get punished during the winter that we thought we got away with it. But the last day of school for summer vacation, we came home from school all excited to go outside and play, well before Nintendo, you see. And my mom stood in the front door and reminded us of the Thanksgiving fire. And we were all grounded for the whole summer. That's evil. They waited to give him the punishment till summer.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
So he thought he just got away with it?
Now, she says it lasted just 3 weeks because my mom couldn't stand us in the house all day, and we drove her insane by design. So we basically got out of that 3 months into 3 weeks. But they still
No kidding. Talk about a punishment for yourself.
Yeah.
Now that you're home 24/7, stay inside.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.